512 grueling miles and 31,000 feet of climbing, plus headwinds through a lot of that, was the challenge for racers of the HooDoo 500 event recently, taking riders through the beautiful state of Utah, including Red Canyon, Bryce Canyon, the Grand Staircase, Escalante, and Cedar Breaks. On today's episode, we'll be chatting with the solo division winner of this year's HooDoo 500, Giovanni Prosperi, an Italian ultra cyclist who now resides in the US. I'm your host, Justin Tu. Let's roll. Hey, Ultra family, Justin Tu here, your host of the Ultra Cycling Show. Thanks for tuning in for today's fun episode with an Italian ultra racer, Giovanni Prosperi. Giovanni, thanks for joining me on the show today.
Hello, thank you, Justin, for inviting me. It's an honor and a pleasure for me to be with you.
So, Giovanni, you recently moved from Italy, if I'm understanding correctly. When was that?
Yes, it was on June of last year, 2019.
Okay. And where were you living before in Italy?
I was living in a little town that is south of Rome and north of Naples, close to the Apennine Mountains. They are in the middle of Italy. They run from north to south.
I would like to, before we continue on with the HooDoo 500, just go through a quick sprint round of questions, a series of questions just to get to know you in a bit of a nutshell. You could answer in just a few sentences. That way we can all get to know you. My first question for you, Giovanni, is how long have you even been riding bicycles?
Serious riding was when I quit smoking. Winter of 2016.
Right. Okay. So you've been riding since...
Before that, like 1 year, because I bought my first road bike for my 40-year-old birthday. That was in 2015. So 5 years ago. I'm 45 now.
Ah, okay.
And,
very good.
First year was just riding around. I don't know how to describe it.
Right.
Then I had a little accident, and then I started again in the summer of 2016, and I decided to serious training in November 2016.
Okay, very good. So you've been riding bicycles and been an ultra cyclist for just a few years, but have accomplished a lot. You have a bicycle. Do you ride just one bicycle for an event like the HooDoo 500?
Yes, but I think I need another one. So I'm buying another. Yes, because my bicycle is just let's say, a climbing bicycle. I need something more for flat road.
Right.
Yes, especially for my hands. Something with the aero bars.
Right. Yeah.
My hands are suffering. My
Yes.
hands are suffering a lot. I still have sore hands after a week.
Yeah, it's incredible that looking at this photo of your bicycle, very nice bicycle, but incredible that you've done so much in so few years and riding a bicycle without aero bars, where most people riding these multi-day events do use aero bars. So well done on that. My next question for you, Giovanni, is what bicycle computer do you use? Do you use a Garmin or Wahoo or any others?
No, I use Brydon at the moment. Because they have a very long-last battery. I don't know how to say it. Right. I think I said it in the correct way. I use also sometimes the stage, the dash from by stage siding.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite ride snack, Giovanni, whether you're training or riding something like HooDoo?
Oh, I don't know. The sandwich is that my wife is preparing for me. The
Okay.
cheese, the vegan cheese sandwich.
Ah, okay. Sounds good. Excellent. What's your favorite ride hydration?
Gatorade usually, but we're using Scratch too
Ah,
lately.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I quite enjoy Scratch. Okay. Now, how about after a big ride like the HooDoo 500? What's your favorite post-ride meal?
Protein shake, vegan protein shake
Ah, okay. Vegan protein shake. Awesome. Now, do you
with
prefer?
soy milk, mandatory with soy milk.
Okay. Vegan protein shake with soy milk. Fantastic.
Yes, and I had granola too
Oh, granola.
sometimes.
Okay. That
Yes,
sounds very
yes.
good. Now, Giovanni, do you prefer the climbs, descents, rollers, or the flats?
Lately, in an ultra race climbing.
Hmm.
If I have to pick in an ultra race climbing,
Hmm.
but usually when I'm training a distance, if I do just descent, I'll be happy. But in an ultra race climbing, but I think for the edge, because it's the only moment that my hands can rest a little bit. So
Hmm.
I go my pace climbing. I'm happy climbing.
Hmm.
I'm not so fast climbing. I'm happy doing that.
Okay, cool. Now, when do you enjoy riding the most? During the fall, the winter, spring, or summer?
When it's very warm, so
Okay,
summer.
so warm weather.
The warmer, the better.
Yeah.
So
What's your
tell me.
what's your maximum speed going down a hill? Do you know?
Like I think I can catch 50 miles per hour.
Okay.
No more than that.
Yeah.
If it's very steep.
Right. Now,
And straight
what's your favorite time of day to ride?
in the morning.
Morning?
Not too early in the morning.
Hmm.
Like starting around 9 a.m. If I'm alone and I'm going to training 9 a.m.,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Okay,
So
cool.
because it started to be warmer.
Yeah, right. Okay. So you're a warm weather creature. Do you think ultra
Uh,
cycling requires more physical or mental training?
both. Both. Because if your body doesn't help you,
Right.
you cannot go.
Yeah.
But also the mind effort is huge because there are certain moments you just want to go inside the car.
Right.
So please take me home.
Yeah.
So it's a lot about mind strength, I think.
Right. Now you've done.
Especially the second day. The second day
Mm,
is just about mind. Because you're trained,
mm,
you know your body is trained to do that.
mm,
But it's a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. It's
mm,
like bearing how much pain you can take.
mm.
Yeah, for me lately, it's ultra cycling. It's like that. Oh, okay, I can take another 10 hours of pain to take my bike to the finish line.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's a good
it's
point.
like that lately.
Yeah. No, a very good point. Well said, Giovanni. Last question before we go back to the HooDoo 500. What's your favorite event out of all the ultras that you've done so far in the last several years?
Uh, I cannot pick one. I really these three of the mountain ultra cup really are so beautiful. The
Mm,
Silver Seat, Rachel Cross Oregon, and HooDoo 500, they are so in a beautiful environment, so
mm,
well organized. So it's very difficult to pick
mm,
for me. Also, I have like a sentimental bond with Race Across Italy because it was my first ultra cycling race, my first real ultra cycling race that
Right.
I went to
Yeah.
I got to the finish line. But here in America, it's so beautiful
Yeah.
to race because for me, that time Italian is like biking in a Western movie,
Mm.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's very very beautiful,
Yeah. Very
and
cool. Well,
I
glad to
repeat,
have you. Glad to have you here in the U.S.
thank you. No, I wanted to say that really, I want to say it again. The three races of the Ultra Mountain Cup, they're so well organized.
Mm.
Very, I have to say thanks to the organization,
Mm.
all the three of them,
Okay. Fantastic. Glad.
to George, Debbie, and Robert.
Yeah.
Fantastic, perfect.
Now, I know you sent me some more information about yourself, your background in ultra cycling, and it looks like you were a smoker until November 2016, at which point you quit. Tell me about that.
Yes, I was a big smoker, and cycling helped me to quit. This thing that I wanted to do good in cycling forced me to quit smoking, and I'm very happy for that. Really, really happy.
It's incredible. And Giovanni, I have a list here of achievements that you've accomplished, ultra races that you've competed in. Just since then, which is really the end of 2016, so only a few years, you have already completed several Everesting challenges. You've also competed in the Race Across Italy, the 24-hour Del Montello Adriatic
Yes.
Marathon, the Romagna Ultra Race, Silver State 508, and the Race Across Oregon. So just in a handful of years, you went from being a smoker to competing in some of the most difficult and longest ultra races in the world.
Yeah, I train a lot. That's my secret. I really train a lot. Like I train 15,000 miles every year. So,
Wow.
and I like very much the sport. It's giving to me something particular. I don't know how to describe it.
Mm.
And also, I have a lot of motivation because I follow a vegan diet,
Mm.
and I am this issue to demonstrate that following a vegan diet, you can be a good sport guy. So you
Yes.
can be a good cyclist.
Yes,
So
definitely.
this is a very strong motivation for me. I didn't finish the Adriatic Marathon. Was a DNF for me. And
Mm.
also my first race across Italy was a DNF.
Mm.
I think that ultra cycling is a sport very, very difficult, and especially you need to get a lot of experience. It's not just a physical and mind thing when you're racing, but you need to know yourself very, very well. It's,
Yes.
it's a lot about experience.
Right.
I'm sure that maybe I can be uh, stronger, physically stronger than other cyclists,
Mm.
but other ultra cyclists that they have more experience than me, they're just much better.
Mm.
They far much better than in this sport.
Right. Well, it's incredible what you've accomplished. And Giovanni, big congratulations to you on your victory at the HooDoo 500, which was just recently. You took first place in the
Thank you
solo
so much,
division.
Chelsea.
I'm looking here at the
Thank you
HooDoo
so much.
500 website. And if we go to the results actually here, we can see your name listed under the 2020 results page. And here you are, solo men, HooDoo 500 non-stop top finishers. And there you are, Giovanni Prosperi.
Yeah.
40 hours. So that's not a short ride. That's almost 2 days. And so I'd imagine a lot of climbing, a lot of weather conditions.
I think it was the hardest one, but for the weather condition, because the first day was raining, a cold rain, not like that little warm rain that I'm used to in the Italian summer. Was cold rain because we were always above 6,000 feet of elevation.
Oh.
So just out of St. George, you started climbing and go over 6,000 feet of elevation. So the rain was cold, and then after the rain was very warm. Then the rain again. And this was very, very hard. Yes, we can see the room. You see, it's always above 2,000 feet, 6,000 feet, or almost 6,000 feet. Then the second day was very hard because I had headwind all the time. Like in this where you're going now, before the last two big climbs, that was this flat, and for me in ultracycling, the flat is when I can recover a little, no, because climbing is hard, and also descending is very hard because after these hours of biking, you have to put a lot of concentration when you're descending. So for me, flat is like, I can recover a little, but it was like impossible because you were really, really a lot of headwind all the time. And the headwind at that altitude is not like weak wind, it's very strong wind. And also when I started climbing, like last year in Silver State, in the 508, we had also a lot of headwind. But climbing was fine. I was like, oh, now I'm starting climbing, so I'm not getting this headwind. In Uno 500, I had headwind also when I was climbing. And that was very upsetting. Like on that big climb that we were going close to 10,000 feet of elevation. And at a certain point, I was so desperate that I was very close to start trying. And I was talking with my crew that I have to thank because they helped me so much in that moment. And to my stepdaughter, she was so sweet. She cheered me up in the right way, and so I was able to finish the race. She's on my left now in this picture. This is my complete crew at the end of the race. My wife on my right, and my stepdaughter on my left, and above me, Cassie Schumacher. She was a RAM finisher, RAM winner of RH category in 2013. She was a great help in this race. You know, I was talking about experience, and she brought a lot of other experience in me, in my race. And then my crew chief, Tommy Bond, that he was in a lot yes, he was the guy standing. I'm very grateful to him too. A lot of experience. He did a lot of RAM as crew member, and it's like he's not crewing for anybody in this moment, but he shared this particular friendship with Cassie, and so he decided to crew for me, and it was really an honor to have both of them in my view. Cassie, she lives here, Cleveland area, Akron, south of Cleveland. and we became friends from last year. We met at the 508, and she's my American ultra cycling mentor. So I'm taking everything I can from her because
Yeah.
she, she was a top ultra cyclist. She's not racing lately, but I'm sure that when she decides to get back racing, she will do great.
Yeah, very cool, Giovanni. Well, thank you
Thank you.
for discussing all of that. It sounds like it was a very challenging day. And talking about
No,
that, going back
I'm just
to
saying the truth. I'm just saying the
yeah,
truth.
yeah, that's
no,
very good.
nothing.
Going back to the HooDoo 500, then I see this other photo here. Looks like a fun one. Was this during the ride or was this just before you started?
No, no, this is during the ride. This is at the end of
Oh,
that. No, at the end, at the beginning of that bike pass that is mandatory to get on the bike pass
hmm,
at a certain point of the Udo 500. There is a mandatory bike pass, so the car cannot follow, cannot leapfrog,
hmm.
and was there at the beginning of that one. It was the first day, so
Wow.
I was still in the no pain mood.
Right. Well, very cool. You looked good there. I see this other photo here. You're at the first mountain summit, 9,600 feet, and it looks like it
Yes.
was evening time by the time you arrived there.
Was like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning.
Hmm.
1 or 2 a.m.
And then, as we saw earlier, here's the second one. This is towards the end of the 512-mile loop.
Yeah.
It's almost 10,000
This
feet,
is the this is the highest point.
right?
This is the highest point.
Oh,
Was very hard to get up there.
yeah. You're looking pretty good here. I mean, still have a smile on your face.
Because I was happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point, I was sure that I was first. The
Hmm.
second was very far from me. So
Hmm.
I said, it's another 100 miles. But if I can get to the finish line, I'm gonna win the race. So was very happy at that moment.
Yeah, that's
After
fantastic.
a huge crisis like 2 hours before.
Hmm. Yeah, well, again, congratulations on that. And I have this photo here when you were on the
Thank you.
podium collecting your trophy. So that must have been a very
Yeah,
proud moment for you, your crew, and of course, your family.
yeah, very happy. I was so happy.
Yeah. And Giovanni, going back now to the actual course to take a look at that, I wanted to ask you for your race, how would you rate your performance in this race for yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you felt like you just executed it perfectly and you felt very fit? How did everything go for you on a scale 1 to 10?
In this race, I think everything was perfect. Was very hard, as I told you, was very
Mm,
hard, but almost everything was perfect. Talking with my crew, the two expert guys of my crew, one thing I can really improve is the time of the bike.
mm,
I'm still taking too much time off the bike. It's my biggest mistake. Let's say mistake.
mm.
But I can get a little bit lazy, especially
Yeah,
on the last miles of the race.
I
I
can
think
imagine. Now, how
I
much
spend too much
how
time
much
off
time
the
would
bike.
you be off the bike? How often would you be stopping in this race?
I don't remember. I know that I was like about 5 hours of the bike,
Hmm.
but very good ultra cyclists that I look to them for a race like this one. They say not more than 3 hours of the bike.
Right. And did you manage to take a sleep break during this race?
No, Cassie Schumacher, she said to me, you can do it without sleeping.
Hmm.
So I didn't sleep. So I'm very happy because it's my first ultra race without sleep.
Hmm.
So I
Wow.
didn't sleep at all. And maybe that was the key to win the
Hmm.
race.
Hmm. Hmm.
She said,
Very good.
Johnny, you can do it without sleeping. Let's try without sleeping.
Yeah.
It was hard, but when we got to the dome again, I saw the sunshine. Like my sleepiness went away. I don't know
Oh.
if I can say sleepiness in English, but
Yeah. Now, did you ever get to any point during the race where you really were feeling sleepy and perhaps even dozing off here and there?
just in the morning of the first day. After that, no.
Hmm. Did you take any kinds of supplements like caffeine or maybe
Yeah,
coffee or energy drink?
ca- caffeine, just caffeine.
Hmm.
I use gels,
Mhm.
the fizz gels, but I don't like other energy drinks like Red Bull or things like that.
Hmm.
Uh, I never take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Neither when I'm training or group rides. I don't do that.
Okay. What was the best moments in your HooDoo 500 race, and which ones were the worst moments for you?
And the best moment was when I got to the finish line.
Right.
That
That's
was
here,
the best moment.
512 miles from the start. You start and end in St. George, Utah. For those
Yeah,
who don't know, zooming out, it's on the western side of the United States. Now you live on the eastern side in Ohio currently.
yeah.
Did you drive out or fly out here to Utah?
No, no, fly.
Okay, great. And so you start
We
in St. George,
we fly to Las Vegas, and then
right?
we drove from Las Vegas to St. George.
Right. And then so in St. George, you start and you do a counterclockwise loop. You do actually, zooming out here, skirt through Arizona just briefly over here around mile 50. And then you keep
Yeah,
going through the different national parks and all the monuments. And of course, there's a lot of climbing, as folks can see on the elevation chart, almost 31,000 feet over the 512 miles. And eventually you do
yeah.
make it back to St. George. So getting back to St. George was, of course, the best moment for you. What was the most
Yes,
challenging time for you in this route? Was it a particular mile marker, a certain climb?
yes. Uh, was very challenging from mile 300, so a
Mhm.
little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
so around
yeah.
here. Yeah.
It is a flat part of the race
Mm.
because I thought that I was going to recover a little bit, but it
Okay.
was so much headwind that I couldn't.
I
I
see.
was
So you
not
had a lot.
able to recover nothing. And then climbing to the highest point, there was the headwind was even stronger maybe.
Wow.
So it
Incredible.
was a very hard and desperate moment for me.
Mm. And that's a very long
The,
climb to get to the
yes,
top.
it's like 50 miles climbing.
Yeah.
Then you see after this highest point, there is this other climb that
Mm.
was like 10 miles climb. For me, it was like, how is possible another climb so long? And
Right.
then I felt pretty good on after that climb. There was another climb of 4 5 miles.
Mm.
Up there, I was feeling very good because we were very close to the finish line.
Mm.
So, the adrenaline. Oh, I'm going to win my first ultra cycling race. It was
Yeah.
so brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And again, just such a big congratulations because that's a very challenging course. And it sounds like, especially at the end there was a lot of headwind in climbing for about 50 miles into a headwind. it makes what's already difficult even more challenging. So that was a victory, very well deserved, Giovanni. Now, what can we
Thank you so
expect
much,
from you?
Charles.
What is on your roadmap? Your next race is coming up this year or next year? What are you planning?
My next race is the 508 again, but I'm going there with a relay mixed team. The name of the team will be it's Cleveland Blue Herons, the bird Herons, I think it's
Right.
that pronunciation.
Cleveland Blue Herons, yeah.
Yes, and we're going to the 508 with this team. Four people, three guys and one girl. We're going there. I want to finish the Mountain Ultra Cup. So for me, this is my achievement for this year. With getting to the finish line, I hope also to the 508.
Okay, yeah, very good. We'll be watching you and cheering you on, Giovanni, and I'm sure all of your fellow countrymen in Italy are watching closely.
I hope so. I don't know. I have friends that watching. I have good friends that watching in Italy.
Yeah.
And after that, for this year, my season is over, and I'm very happy. You can imagine, I'm very happy that my race season is over. I'm planning to do a virtual Everesting for the winter, maybe 2, but virtual on Zwift.
Okay, so 2 virtual races through the winter, and then leading into 2021.
Everesting.
Okay, Everesting. Very good.
Yes. So I can take it easy. There's nobody racing with me. So I'm going to climb easily.
So it does sound like you enjoy climbing, which is pretty cool. Now,
but it's virtual, it's virtual. It's on Zwift, so it's a little bit easier than in real life.
Right.
And then after that, I already registered for the RAM Challenge in Texas. It will be at the end of March.
Okay.
And then for next year, my biggest goal is to take part in race across West and try to get to the finish line also in a race across West.
Okay, that'll be excellent. So, raw race across.
I'm gonna be very happy to accomplish that. Sorry, I didn't understand your last word.
Yeah.
Can you repeat?
That is the first third of the Race Across America. So that'll be a good stepping stone.
Yeah.
I imagine that then in the next 2 or 3 years, you would like to do the Race Across America?
Yes, my goal is to do Race Across America in 2 years, in 2022.
All right. Well, then we'll be following.
We'll see, because I'm going very fast. We'll see.
Yeah,
also because I need a team, a crew. It's very important to have a very good crew for Race Across America.
Yes,
that's one of the most important things.
But it sounds like you are well on your way. You've accomplished a number of long ultra events, including the 500 plus mile ones, HooDoo 500, Silver State 508. So you're figuring out a lot when it comes to the training, the crew, and also just getting that mental strength for these multi-day events. So it'll be exciting to follow your journey over the next year or two to see you competing on that international stage for Race Across the West and eventually the Race Across America. Now, getting to your training, Giovanni, you said you train 15,000 miles a year, which is a lot, probably at least double, if not triple, what the average cyclist will ride. What does your training look like from one week to another?
I alternate endurance trainings, endurance rides with short rides to mine the power, to try to to increase my FTP.
That's awesome. So then you do train with power. Do you do a
Yeah.
regular functional threshold power FTP test? Do you know what your current FTP is?
I think I'm a little bit low my maximum that was this year around 300. Now I think I'm 280, 290. Because, after all these races, my power went a little bit down.
Right.
And my weight is about 70 kilos when I'm very good. When I'm following the direction. I want to thank can I Monique Ryan, my vegan nutritionist. She's one of the biggest help for my race because following the plan, I managed to lose 30 pounds in like six months.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, so 70 kilos is about 155 pounds for us Americans. So that means you probably have quite a good power to weight ratio. Now, how tall are you?
I'm 6 feet tall.
Wow, okay. So then a pretty good
1 meter 82, 83, something like that.
Incredible.
And my ratio is something about when I'm at the top of my condition is 4.3, 4.4.
Wow.
I hope I can get to 4.5 next year. We'll see.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And so tell me about your sleep, as it relates to your training and your nutrition. You said you do follow strictly a vegan diet. What does that look like from day to day? How much are you sleeping? What are you eating?
I sleep like about 7 hours every day. Very regularly sleeping. I go to sleep around 10 p.m. and wake up around 6 a.m. with my wife. It's just our routine, our everyday routine.
Yeah. Cool.
And for eating, I follow this plan, and I have 4 meals per day. When I follow, sometimes after an ultra race, I give me a week of relaxation, and I eat anything I want, vegan, in any moment of the day. After an ultra race, I think I deserve it. And in every meal, I think the plan is structured that is very balanced. So I take like proteins, carbohydrates, and fat from different sources. That's the key, I see.
What's some of your favorite foods that you eat?
Junk food. I like vegan sausages with mustard and ketchup, and vegan burgers.
Do you like the Beyond Meat burgers or the Impossible ones?
No, I don't like them at all. Because for me, it's meat. I'm vegan since 10 years and vegetarian since 15 years. Wow. So when I tried that, it was meat for me. It was very strange. I don't like it. I like the classic of vegan burgers, like bean burgers, something like that. French fries, this kind of thing.
Okay.
And vegan ice creams.
Yeah, definitely. So what did you eat after your HooDoo 500 victory?
Oh, I don't remember I just remember I ate a lot. For sure, as I was saying, a big protein shake. I like the protein shake.
Very cool. Okay, Giovanni, I'm curious, what motivates you and drives you? You've been riding since 2016 only. Well, the end of 2016. You could almost say beginning of 2017. So really, it's just been 3 years going on to 4 years. You've done so
Yeah.
much in such a short amount of time. Is it a person, a cause, or what's going on in your mind that's pushing you to ride 15,000 miles every single year and signing up for some of the most difficult ultra races in the world?
First of all, this urge to demonstrate that following a vegan diet, you can accomplish things in cycling. You can ride, you can be a strong cyclist as the other one. Then I just love to be on my bike. And the longer, the better. I really love it. I really love it. Then my wife, we met through cyclism. So my wife, she loves cycling, and I like to make her proud of me. You know?
Now, Giovanni, does your
I
wife?
love her. I love her so much. So when she's proud of me,
Yeah.
I'm feeling good.
That's so cool, Giovanni. Does your wife also ride ultra races?
No. My wife, we ride together for fun. You know, she does a race, but she has no time because she's a full-time doctor. She's a gastroenterologist. She works the VA at Cleveland, and she has no time to train so hard. But on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, we have our little ride. We have fun together.
Oh, that's nice. Now, Giovanni, from one week to another, how long are your rides usually? You said you do some power workouts. I'd imagine those are on the shorter end. What's the typical distance or time? And then for your long rides, what does that look like?
My typical distance for each week is around 350 miles, something like, because I go for kilometers, so it's always above 500 kilometers. So yes, it's around 350, maybe sometimes 400. And I like to go, I think for ultra cyclism it's very good to train on distances like 200 miles or 150. So these are my ideal distances when I'm getting ready for an ultra race.
Right. Now, when it comes to power training, what's your favorite or the structured workout that you enjoy the most to get your power?
Or a group ride with fast cyclists, or I go like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours pushing the most again. That's one of my favorites. Then during the winter, I do some intervals training.
What's the interval workout that you dread the most, but you know you have to do because it works well?
Basically, I do two kinds of intervals. One based on pure power with short intervals, and another one based more on endurance. So it's two intervals of 30 minutes each. Yeah, I don't. They are my secret trainings. I don't want to say too much about that.
Yeah, sure. I know you have a lot on your roadmap, so you don't want to let your competitors know too soon.
No, it's not my competitor because I'm also a cycling coach. I got the license from USA Cycling. Sure, you know, it's my job.
I see. Okay, very interesting. So, how many cyclists do you like to train at one time?
No. I train. I can have no more than 10 per month. So I'm gonna be too much, and I like to follow them very close. Like my students, my trainees, they can message me anytime, and I always call them back as soon as I can.
That's pretty
Because
cool.
for me, it's important to personalize the training according to the person and to the goal of that side.
Now, your trainees, your clients, are they all ultra racers, or?
No, absolutely. I have no ultra racism among my clients.
Okay.
Absolutely not. They do endurance. They do like I have one in Italy. He does Gran Fondo, long distance Gran Fondo, but no ultra races.
Okay. Now,
At the
Giovanni,
moment, we'll see. We'll see later on.
right. You've come from Europe, from Italy. There's a lot of cycling out there, very strong cyclists on the global stage, both in UCI races, professionals, and also ultra races. I'm curious, who are your ultra cycling role models or inspirations?
I have two that they are very close friends. The first one, he was my first ultra cycling teacher. His name is Giuseppe De Giacomo. He's a very good cyclist. He was twice vice ultra cycling champion in Italy. And the other one is Walter Di Cesare. And he's also, he was my second teacher in ultra cycling. Then I met Fabio Biasiolo, and he's not a close friend as the other two, but it's like one of my motivators.
That's awesome. It's always nice to have somebody to look up to and to get some advice and mentoring. Now, along those lines, Giovanni, what are your tips for people wanting to get started with ultra cycling? And perhaps maybe it's one of your students. What would you tell them? How do you get started with it?
I think the best way to start with ultra cycling is, first of all, to try this Everesting competition. Because it's a very good training for ultra cyclists. Then to do some 24 hours or randonneurs. That is a good training. And then to try. When they feel ready, just try. It's very important to get used to bike, to ride during the night. That's very important. Because night, the first time can be scary. Racing, especially if you're racing during night.
So it sounds like you quite enjoy the Everesting challenge. And I know a neighboring country of yours had a strong rider by the name of Alberto Contador, who also recently did it this year, July 7th.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like it's something that perhaps, especially there in Europe, and for somebody like you from Italy, people from Spain and nearby, it's become very a nice challenge to do, especially during this pandemic.
Yeah, it's. I have a strange connection with Everesting. I think it's very fun if you do it with friends, but can be very boring if you do it alone. I did it, my American one alone, and was very boring. To bike alone, climbing, going down, it's not really fun. Yeah. With friends, it's something that when you share with friends is very, I miss the English word now, but it's very good for you. It's something you share with a friend. It's a big effort you share with a friend. So it's very beautiful. And that's why lately I'm not doing an Everesting alone. If it's not on if it's not a virtual one on Zwift, because a virtual one, I'm at home. It takes less hours to complete it. It's easier, but it's still a good training. So
Yeah,
I like it on Swift.
yeah. Well, has been a lot of virtual riding this year, especially due to the pandemic. A lot of
Yeah.
events being canceled or put online in a virtual manner. So I guess it will be good to get some virtual miles in for yourself as well, just in case more events are canceled. At least you'll have the mindset of a virtual racer. And I know even on the HooDoo 500, there was a virtual option, and we will be interviewing some of those racers as well. But going back to your race, just again, a big congratulations because it was a very difficult race this year with the weather conditions. But man, it looks like you just had a fantastic crew and you had a wonderful time. And so I'm very happy for you. And we look forward to following your journey as you continue to compete in some of these large, very prominent ultra races in the US. And again, well, welcome to the US. And I guess this is a nice welcoming for you to be able to win just in about a year's time since you've been here. And so before we wrap up our time together, Giovanni, and we'll look forward to having you on the show again for one of your other races, I just have a few short questions to end on a fun note, sprint to the finish line. First question I have for you, Giovanni, is when is your next long training ride and how long will it be?
My next long training, I think it will be virtual Everest.
Okay.
And it will be as soon as it's going to be very cold here in Ohio, so December.
Okay, very
I'm
good.
not planning to do very long rides until that
Okay.
time. Maybe I'm going for 150 miles in October. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, Giovanni, how would you rate yourself in terms of bicycle maintenance on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being excellent? Are you very good at maintaining and cleaning and lubing your bike and changing out the chains, the tires, and all that?
I can give me a good 7.
7?
7, maybe 8.
Okay.
but I want to get to 10. I
Okay,
think
cool.
I'm gonna take some courses for mechanical
Yeah,
on my bicycle. Yeah, I think that's important, especially if you are an ultra cyclist, to know perfectly all the mechanics of your bicycle.
yeah, definitely. Okay, well, that's cool that you're willing to learn more. I'm sure others aren't so inclined to do that. Giovanni, what's your favorite dream? What's your dream bicycle?
My dream bicycle, I'm getting a titanium frame. My next bicycle. So yeah, now that's my dream to get this titanium frame and to have that one with aerobots.
Ah, yes,
Finally,
yes. I think,
so my head is going to recover a little.
yeah, I think after winning the HooDoo 500, Giovanni, you deserve some aero bars. So I hope you.
Yeah, no, I deserve my second bicycle because you're getting to the finish line and you have this fear. Oh, now something is it's going to happen to my bicycle and I have to resign.
Right. That's very true.
That's no good.
You will need another one. You need a backup. So it'll
Yeah.
be easy to sell it to your wife and easy to convince her to support your decision to get another one. Nice Italian frame with aero bars.
We are already planning it. I think I'm gonna order it next week after Labor Day.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, no, sounds good. Okay, Giovanni, who would you want to nominate for a future episode? Is there somebody that has inspired you or a story that you'd love to learn more about? Maybe it's one of your mentors?
Okay, my American mentor, Cassie Schumacher, yes, want to nominate it. I also you talked about the virtual HooDoo, and I have the honor to know one of the guys. I think he won the virtual HooDoo, Tom Fanning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be having Tom
Yeah,
on the
sure.
show. Okay, so we'll
Yeah,
be able to hear from
I
him.
had the honor to ride with him once this year.
Oh, okay.
So
Was it in
I
another
want to
ultra
greet
race?
him.
Yeah.
No. We had with my club. We had long distance ride in Cleveland. He gave me a in Cleveland, and we rode together
I see.
with the class.
So both of you
Because
live
he's
in the
know
same
that
neck of the
she's
woods.
in a college here close to Cleveland. So
Okay,
he came to visit his daughter and to ride together.
that's pretty cool. So two similar ultra cyclists from the Cleveland, Ohio area. That's very exciting. Maybe one day we'll see you.
Tom is from Michigan.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he was just
His
riding.
daughter lives is in college around it.
Ah, I see. Okay. Very cool. But yeah, a very strange coincidence because we will have Tom on the show. And so I'll tell him that you send your greetings as well.
Okay, thank you, Johnson. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
Giovanni, it's been a real pleasure speaking with you again. Congratulations on a well-deserved victory this year. We'll look forward to seeing what you do in the years to come, and look forward to having you back on the show again. Again, you're our first Italian ultra racer on the show, and I'm sure there'll be many others. But until then, I suppose you would say adio.
No, ciao, ciao, no
Ciao.
addio, ciao,
Okay.
ciao.
Ciao.
Thank
What's
you
the
so much,
difference?
Johnson. No, addio is like goodbye when you're going away forever.
Ah, I see.
Ciao, ciao is bye.
Okay,
We're
very
gonna
good.
meet again.
Okay, thank you for letting me know, Giovanni, and yeah, thank you for just sharing your experience with us. It was a lot of fun, and so until next time, ciao.
Ciao. Thank you so much again. It was an
Okay,
honor. It was an honor for me to be guested in your podcast, John. Thank you
definitely.
so much.
Everyone at home, thank you for tuning in to this episode with Giovanni Prosperi. It was a real pleasure. Hope you had a fun speaking and learning from him. Look forward to having your own story on the podcast if you ever have a story to share. But until next time, everyone, keep spinning ultra.